The alleyway was narrow, dust swirling with each footstep. Shadows stretched like fingers, cornering her from every side. Soldiers moved with precision, surrounding her as if the outcome were already decided. "This ends now," one barked, stepping closer, confidence dripping from his tone. But she didn't flinch. She didn't panic. She knew exactly what was about to happen. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're rewatching from. I love knowing who is listening. Her name was Commander Riley Hayes, a name whispered with respect in every corner of the base. To these soldiers, she was just another targeting, another obstacle in a training simulation gone real. They didn't know that she had drilled, guided, and perfected every one of their movements. She had built their reflexes, taught their strategies, and instilled in them the very combat principles they now thought could trap her. The air smelled of dust and sweat, carrying tension that made muscles twitch and hearts pound. Riley assessed the surroundings in an instant, the angles, the walls, the open spaces. Her mind ran calculations at lightning speed, factoring in their weight, their stance, their confidence, most importantly, their predictable reactions. A step forward from one of them, and she shifted. Sudden feint, and another advanced too quickly. Each time, she redirected momentum, using leverage, balance, and subtle force. They expected resistance, a flinch, a sign of hesitation. There was none. Riley moved with fluid precision, like water flowing around rocks. The soldiers froze, surprise mingling with growing apprehension. The closest man lunged, certain his training gave him the upper hand. Riley sidestepped, guiding his movement to throw him off balance. His arms flailed, his footing slipped. In less than a heartbeat, he was on the ground, breath rattling, a mixture of shock and respect in his eyes. Whispers rippled through the remaining soldiers. "Wait, she trained us." Disbelief cutting through the tension. The realization hit like a thunderclap. The woman they thought they could corner had orchestrated every drill, every scenario they had practiced. Her calm mastery wasn't arrogance, it was truth. Riley's eyes swept the alley, noting every muscle tense, every jaw tight. She gave them time to process, time to understand. Her next moves were deliberate, controlled, and decisive. Another advance, another misstep by the overconfident. They stumbled, were guided, and neutralized. Not hurt, not humiliated, but taught a lesson only experience could convey. Above, sunlight glinted off metal, catching dust particles as they danced in the air. The once oppressive alley seemed to widen as the soldiers recalibrated their understanding. Each of Riley's movements reflected a lifetime of discipline, years of mastering combat in conditions far harsher than this narrow street. Finally, silence reigned. Riley stood in the center, her uniform dusted but immaculate, breathing steady, eyes calm. The soldiers she had cornered now stared at her with a mix of awe, humility, and newfound respect. They had underestimated not only her skill, but the very foundation of their own training. The commanding officer arrived shortly after, his gaze shifting between Riley and the soldiers. There was no need for scolding or reprimand. The lesson had been delivered. The soldiers humbled, absorbed the truth. True mastery does not come from aggression alone. It comes from experience, preparation, and understanding. Later, Riley walked along the edge of the training ground, the tension of the encounter fading with each step. Her heart slowed, leaving a quiet satisfaction. She had acted with restraint, precision, and compassion, teaching without cruelty, asserting dominance without arrogance. Her role as mentor and master had been reaffirmed, quietly, unmistakably. Because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. And where doubt and bravado once filled the minds of those who tried to trap her, what remained was a deeper understanding. Mastery is calm, confidence is quiet, and true leadership is shown not in dominance, but in the controlled application of skill, when the world expects panic. If this story moved you, share your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to Whispered Words for more unforgettable stories of courage and skill. And remember, sometimes the person who seems cornered is the one teaching the lesson everyone else needed.